What's up, you guys? It's KJ, and I am back for my recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta. So, it was a great episode. And there was a lot of different things that actually happened in the episode. So, we're going to go ahead and just get on into it. So, the first thing was Phaedra and Portia. They meet up at a little restaurant to talk or whatever. Okay, Phaedra goes to Portia regarding dealing with this public divorce that Phaedra is telling us she's basically getting a divorce from Apollo. She's talking to her about public divorce situation. So that's basically our first confession that Phaedra is divorcing Apollo. Right after Apollo leaves, really, right after he leaves, she talking about divorce with Portia, who I don't know if I will be going to get some advice from Portia, but whatever. We basically see where her head is at for the marriage and that, or lack thereof marriage, whatever it is. Even with the Mr. Chocolate rumor going around, she is still leaving Apollo no matter what, no matter who say what, it don't matter what nobody say. She not gonna take nobody advice on none of that shit. So Portia mentioned Phaedra and Kandi being kind of distant, and Phaedra agrees that Kandi has been not 100% supportive of her. And Kandi already told us that she got a lot going on in her life, and she's not she still loves Phaedra, and they're still friends and everything, and she don't have a lot of time to just sit up and talk about Apollo all the time, you know what I mean? So I think she may just not agree with how things are being handled with Phaedra and Apollo and the kid situation. And Kandi did mention, by the way, that she said Phaedra did get kind of mad because she told her that he should see the kids. So I think because they're not seeing eye to eye on the situation, maybe Kandi is kind of falling back, or just kind of trying to stay out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't see eye to eye. Grown-ups can agree to disagree. And Phaedra getting mad about her saying that he should see the kids, that's not really agreeing and disagreeing. So I think Phaedra may have more of an issue than Kandi does. And Kandi don't really know about the issue, as we will later see. Alright, so anyway. So Phaedra telling her that she need to pick a side, and I'm just like, well, that is her husband, you know what I mean? So she can't really pick a side. I know that if it was me, I probably would want my friend to pick a side, but at the end of the day, that's my husband, and, he's gone. So at this point, it's null and void to pick a side. He's gone for 8 years, and he gonna be there, so you don't really have to pick a side, you know what I mean? Just agree to disagree. Portia then starts with her rumor spreading, saying Peter is sleeping with everybody in Atlanta. Why did Portia say that? Portia did not have to say that. I don't even understand. Yes, I get it. She don't like Cynthia, but why are you spreading rumors? Like, Portia, you need to stop, especially since you have been the brunt of a lot of rumors that's been going on ever since you've been married to Cordell. So you should know better than to do that, and especially on TV. But she did. She said it. But basically, and I don't even know where that came from, and I haven't really heard anything like that, but she did say it, and that was just stupid. And so here go Phaedra, and girl, tell it, girl, you know how she get. Phaedra and Portia need to shut the fuck up, because it was so unnecessary for them to be having that conversation. Anything about Peter shouldn't even been mentioned. That's just stupid. Anyway, Cynthia does
How do you know? Duh. You know those change, right? Tattoos don't change.
I think, I don't even know what I wrote that for. Cynthia, I don't even know what we're talking about Cynthia right now, so disregard that. Alright, so then we move on to the newlyweds head off to counseling. So we got Kandi and Todd going to counseling, and Todd is still upset about this whole prenup thing. We find out he basically, at this point, he realized, Kandi is not, money is more important to Kandi than Todd, and that's what he's saying. And he's like, with the prenup, he didn't really have time to think. He didn't really have time to, look over it. And she was just like, my way or the highway, and and she was just like, if he can't sign his prenup, we're not getting married. So he felt like it was really just about the money for her, and just making sure that he didn't get any. Which I don't really think he wants her money, but at the end of the day, I do feel like that kind of put a strain in the beginning, because it's money, and it's a situation where you was just like, it'll be a really expensive party, you know what I'm saying? So Kandi was kind of being arrogant about that whole prenup situation. Todd just looked depressed. He looked unhappy, 100%. And really, Kandi don't look happy either, to be honest. And they just, in there talking about all of this. It's 6 months of marital bliss, y'all. 6 months of marital bliss, and these people they're looking tired and worn out already, especially Todd. Kandi felt some type of way when she mentioned she asked Todd in a previous conversation if he was cheating, and he has yet to answer. So that kind of got her feeling like, well, he still hasn't answered to me if he cheated or not. And so she seems, so, you know, his mood changed when he come home, you know, and she just really concerned about that. I think Kandi is concerned. I think Kandi do want her marriage, but I think Kandi is just going about it absolutely the wrong way, for real. And because her mom and her aunts and none of them got husbands or men or husbands, I don't see them. Do y'all know anything about them having husbands? Drop it in the comments if you do. But I don't think she don't know anything about that. I don't think she knows how to actually nurture and care for a man, like a real man. Like, I think maybe the guys that she used to date was like she was kind of taking care of them, and I don't think Todd wants that from her. You know what I mean? So I think she need to work on how she handling this situation. Where am I? But at the end of the day, blah 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 blah. So at the end of the day, it doesn't seem to be Kandi not really taking responsibility for her side of the her side of the way things are fucking up in their relationship, and just how she contributed to how Todd is feeling when he comes to Atlanta. She's not taking responsibility for that. Todd says he hasn't lost interest, so he is willing to work things out with Kandi, and I'm so glad. You know, like I said, I do want them to be together, and Kandi is not running and telling her mom everything, so I guess that's a good thing. And she's taking some learning lessons from the past, you know, when she was talking to her mom about everything, and she was basically just always throwing it in her face and just waiting on something bad to happen. Nene talking to Dr. Jeff, y'all, so about organizing a therapy session for the girls to kind of resolve some of these issues that they got going on. And she has some issues too with some of the ladies, but you know, we all know that Nene can put her 2 cents in and throw her little shade on the scene. We all know this. But she is the one that's initiating this therapy. And she basically told him, you know, the lady's got a lot of issues, but she, you know, she feel like she did say, you know, I have some issues with the ladies too, and you know, it could be a fight, it could be this, it could be that, you know, but at the end of the day, she decided that she want to try to do what she can. She was like, you know, if anyone can get the ladies to get along, she think that she can. I personally disagree. I don't really feel like the ladies have no respect for Nene. I don't feel like anybody has respect for Nene, any of them at this point. And I feel like, you know, and we'll see that, you know, in another scene. But I don't feel like they have respect for her to just be like, okay, well, since Nene said it, let's do it. You know, I feel like they doing it because they want to really kind of resolve these issues. Cynthia and Phaedra decided to meet up. So Cynthia's saying that, you know, she want to meet up with Phaedra because, you know, she don't want it to be no issues or whatever from what she mentioned at the little dinner last week. So when she get there, she, you know, she come in and sit down or whatever. So to me, she comes off as standoffish from the beginning. Cynthia does, because she's just like, you know, before we even start, you know, I just want you to know that we're not going to talk like basically adults, then there's no need to talk. Basically, that's what she said in a nutshell. You know, she was just like, but she was kind of fidgeting around that, you know, if you invited her to come, don't start off with being passive aggressive, like we can talk or not, you know what I mean? She here, so let's talk, you know what I'm saying? She showed up, let's get it out. Anyway, so like I said, Cynthia got the bitch face on 10, and I felt like she just started off aggressive. So she started off, you know, like I said, she want to say this, but if you're not trying to hear it, but what it is that her approach, she needs to just really kind of just stand firm in her approach when she bringing up these things, even if it's her position at Bravo, or if she really want to bring these things up, she should definitely learn how to be more firm in what she's saying and how, you know, how she mean it, in opposed to just getting ready to attack at all times. Because basically that's what I feel like. Cynthia is already on attack mode at all times, not really necessarily for any reason, just like any kind of flip shit anybody say to her, anything that flip may come out of their mouth, she ready for it, you know. So I think Cynthia need to back off from that a little bit. So anyway, she tell her that she's basically didn't have any malicious intent when she mentioned that whole thing, and I'm just like, Cynthia, you a fucking lie. You had the major malicious intent when you said that, but it is what it is. I mean, you A, brought it up in front of a group, and B, you told you told Kenya, so you definitely had some malicious intent. You wanted to be shady. You wanted to be just the one to kind of bring it up. You wanted to put it out there, you know what I'm saying? So, and whether or not Bravo put you up to it or not, you knew it was not your place to bring up, which is why you couldn't really get it out, or even your fight to be fighting. Honestly, it's just not your fight. So it was malicious all the way around. If I were in that situation, and Phaedra, truth be told, it's nobody's business. And if I was Phaedra, truth be told, it's nobody's business who I'm fucking or cheating with. My sex life is none of you bitches' business. Ever, never, at no day, at no time, with who I'm fucking be any concern of yours, whether I'm married or not. It's none of your business. So, what you saying, I just wanted to put it on the table. Bitch, ain't nothing to put on the motherfucking table. This is who I'm fucking. This is not who we're fucking. We're not fucking this person together. So I would not necessarily have been okay with you putting that on the table. So that, in that sense, I feel like Cynthia may owe Phaedra a slight bit of an apology, because Phaedra was there only for an apology. But at the end of the day, there was no apology even came out. Basically, she was just like, she's telling her she wasn't malicious. She was like, oh, really? You wasn't? She was like, no, I wasn't. She was like, you made it into something that you did not fact check. And so Cynthia was like, no, you didn't fact check either. You didn't fact check with Kenya and Apollo situation, did you? So this is true. She did not fact check. And so, of course, Phaedra is not trying to hear this, because it's not an apology. She just ready to kind of move on and leave and not even fuck with Cynthia at all, period. So, of course, she got up and walked out. When she bust her face about not being a fact checker her damn self, she got up and left. Whatever. But that whole who I'm fucking and putting on the table, that shit wouldn't fly with me in real life. And I don't know who anybody that would be okay with in real life. And if you do, leave it down below in the comments that you're okay with a bitch approaching you that you don't fuck with for real, and her homegirl that you definitely don't fuck with asking you about a nigga you fucking. Period. Let me know if you're okay with that. I don't give a fuck who it's from. You let me know. Because like I said, it can be from anybody, a friend, a family member, but the fact that you're being questioned about your sex life is a violation. Then on top of that, you're being questioned by your sex from your sex life, not only in front of a bunch of women, and you married, and B is somewhat of a rumor, and then C, you got your homegirl sidekick over here also trying to confront me about it. So I don't think that would be okay with me, and I want you to let me know if it's okay with you. Anyway, no fact checking, blah blah blah. Okay, so Phaedra left, and like I said, she left again, making all these empty threats about somebody getting their ass beat and this and that. Let me just point this out, that she was talking about she was such a Christian, and she the one that's she's a Christian, but she's the one that associates with all the strippers in Atlanta, right? She's not a true Christian, if you ask me. However, she claims to be a Christian. And when she walking out, she telling Cynthia that she gonna beat her ass. And she ain't telling Cynthia shit, because Phaedra ain't saying shit to Cynthia. But she leaves, and as she's leaving, she about to get her ass whooped. Girl, who you talking to, Phaedra? You on the phone? In the car? Like, who you talking to? Girl, please. Phaedra ain't gonna do nothing. She ain't gonna be nobody ass. She's a lawyer. She don't want those problems in her life. She don't want no fucking lawsuits or to be in jail. So please save your breath and time and stop saying shit like that. Nene and the ladies meet up. So she's gonna let them know about her idea with Dr. Jeff or whatever. And she's purposely did not invite Kenya and Phaedra, so there will be no drama that day. And they asked about it, and she basically explained to them why they're not there. And they was okay with it. They didn't want to have arguments that day, and so that's why she didn't invite them. So they was cool with them not being there. So But she said she is going to invite them to the therapy session. To start off rocky, basically, as Nene explaining, she first says drama was, she's first like addressing all the ladies at the table. She said, and you guys have had some drama with the ladies, about to say herself included. But as soon as she get ready to breathe and take a breath, here comes Cynthia to cut her off and to make sure she included herself in the bullshit. But that has gone. But that, she made sure to include her in the bullshit that's been going on. And so, that turned into a whole smart mouth back and forth conversation of bitches going back and forth, and Cynthia on the defense. And I'm just like, what in the hell? What is all that about, Cynthia? Like, why don't you shut the fuck up so she can fucking talk and finish her fucking sentence, and then you will be able to hear that she's also including herself in this bullshit. Like, come on, Cynthia. Like, why don't you shut up? And then it's just going back and forth like petty type baby kid teenager shit. And I'm just like, really? Shut up. Both of you bitches shut up and just start over. So, Cynthia like go from 1 to 100 real quick. Like, I don't know why she's so on this defensive. Like, I mean, these bitches can't say nothing to her. Like, for real. She is gonna go in on every occasion, it seems. Why? Okay, so now, why does Cynthia feel like every remark deserves a response? I don't know. That part just kind of got on my nerves, really, basically. Her and Nene going back and forth. So Cynthia really kind of made herself look stupid because, like I said, she did include herself, and, the whole thing, she was just being dumb. Claudia, Demetria, and Cynthia tell her how they feel things went with Nene. How they feel like Nene did this or Nene did that, and like they wanted to kind of hash it out right then. So Nene was like, well, that's why we're going to talk to Dr. Jeff. So again, Cynthia jumps in to cut her off and say, oh, okay, so we're not here to resolve no issue today. We just going to wait till we get with Dr. Jeff. So Nene was like, yes, I'm basically just here, with good intentions to tell y'all how we're going to do this, or, this was my suggestion and I want y'all to come. So, of course, Cynthia, she's just such a petty-ass bitch. Anyway, she's like, okay, well, I'm coming or whatever, and I'm going to go and leave. So, she's the first person to leave. The rest of the ladies agree to meet with Dr. Jeff. And so, Candy feels like she neutral. She neutral. I ain't got no beef with none of these bitches for real. Not no real beef. So, why should I be there? And then you feel like she should be there because of what her and Phaedra are going through. Candy doesn't seem to think her and Phaedra have an issue. Like I said before, Candy is not privy to this information because Phaedra's been a shady bitch and talking about this shit to Nene in opposed to Candy. So here it is revealed that Phaedra feels some kind of way because Nene's kind of basically saying it but not saying it, and has voiced it to Nene. So Nene finally convinced Candy to come or whatever, and the ladies started dismissing themselves, and it ends with Portia, Candy, and Nene. So they sitting there, and Candy was blatantly asking them, like, well, so did Phaedra say something to y'all? Did Phaedra say something? So they was like, no. Portia's like, no, we just get the feeling. But at the end of the day, you bitches are lying because Phaedra did say something to you bitches about the shit, which is why you feel like Candy should be there. So why just not come out and say it? And next week, we're going to see that, I guess, Candy going to confront Phaedra and find out that Phaedra been talking about her to Nene. Because, yeah, she been all in her ear. Her friend, her quote-unquote friend, Candy, she been talking about Candy to Nene. Candy, and it's just, I tell you, girl, the truth, the truth, honey, this is ridiculous. These girls and this gossip, honey, I tell you, in real life and on TV, that shit can get ridiculous. One thing I did skip over was the whole couple of things. Two things, actually. Candy and Cynthia, Peter had a little event, and Cynthia and Peter and Candy and I think Claudia and even Demetria, they all look so nice. And Kenya showed up, and so they were out talking before the event started. They were standing out here talking, and first they showed Peter and Todd having a conversation. And so Peter and Todd was talking about the whole text message and Apollo situation or whatnot. So Peter was like, did Candy show you the message, or did you show Candy the message? So he was like, yeah, of course Todd knew about the messages, but Todd was like, yeah, Candy was there when Apollo showed me the messages. Okay, cool. So him and Peter talking, and they fan over to the girls talking talking about the same thing, and Kenya's kind of pressing like, you know, were you awkward about the whole situation? Was awkward. They was talking about the whole table situation where, you know, the Mr. Chocolate came and said, was it awkward when you because you knew about the affair? And Candy was like, no, I didn't know about it, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and she don't really want to get into it, she don't want to talk about it, you know, she don't have no opinion on that. But it came to find out Candy did know about it, because Todd said she was there when Apollo showed him. But you know what Candy is doing? Candy's being loyal to this bitch that supposedly is questioning their friendship by not even having a conversation with the rest of the ladies about it, acting like she don't even know nothing about it. So that's what you call loyalty, bitch. She's not squirting the shit like Cynthia. She sat there and acted like she had no idea what the fuck they was even talking about at the dinner, as well as this night at Peter's event. So that's what she's doing, is being loyal to her friend Phaedra, even though Phaedra's full of shit. Also, I wanted to talk about Mama Joyce. Oh my god, Mama Joyce is so so Candy and her mama having a conversation, and they talking or whatever, and Lord have mercy on Mama Joyce. She is so wrong. First she asking about Todd, probing questions and all that stuff, and so Candy was like, you know, we cool. So she like, cool, you know, like cool ain't good enough. Candy better not never tell your mama shit about your relationship, because all she's gonna do is throw it back in your face like she's always been doing. Candy did say that she's not gonna tell her mama nothing about Todd, but Candy got a little emotional because she can't really talk to her mama. You know, her mama's so judgmental and just so eviling, it don't make no damn sense. So she can't really talk to her mom, so she got emotional. Then she was just like, Mom, I got a lot going on. You know, it's not that I'm not trying to be around the family, I just got a lot going on. But she did say in her confessional, really, she's tired of her mama's fucking negativity. And I don't blame her. High five to fucking Candy. Because at some point, Candy, there's going to be some type of a line to be drawn in the sand between your mama and your marriage. Trust and believe. In order for you to keep your man. Mama Joyce also mentions this house. So the house she tore up, y'all remember Candy's old house. So she talking about it looks good and she want to kind of move back. Candy didn't have much of a reaction, but child, please, I would have told my mama, you would get nothing else from me. You are ungrateful. You are ungrateful, and I just bought you a brand new home, a brand new house. You move back in that motherfucking house if you want to, mama, and your ass gonna be paying rent, okay? This is a rental property right now. Your ass gonna be paying rent, and I don't give a fuck how you feel about it, okay? Because you will not be ungrateful, and you will not be just spending my money all willy fucking nilly. You move back in that motherfucking house if you want to. The fuck? Anyway, y'all, that was pretty much the episode. It was a pretty good episode, like I said, and I did want to just come in here and chat it up with you guys. I've been watching all the shows, y'all. Black Ink, Love and Hip Hop. I've been watching everything. I do want to say, thank you so much, Steve Mentor, for the shout out. Love you, girl. And the Squeaky Jones, she always shouts me out. Thank you. And I definitely want you guys to watch video, like the video, comment. I love them. Keep coming. Come on the videos. And, you know, just let me know how you feel about the episode. Would you be okay with somebody bringing up your sex life to basically a bunch of fucking strangers and talking about putting it on the table? Why is it that who you're having sex with needs to be put on the table? That's where I think it's wrong. Now, I don't give a fuck who Phaedra's having sex with. That ain't got nothing to do with us. But the scandal is that she could be having an affair. You know, that's a little scandal. But as far as putting that shit on the table, hell no. Not in real life. And it shouldn't be happening in reality TV. Alright, you guys. This video is long enough. Thank you for watching. Peace.